Hello, beautiful Gemini friends and family. It's Lyle here with your intuitive energy forecast for the month of April 2020. This is my channel here on YouTube. My website is lisalyle.com and I can be found on social media at Wisdom of the Heart. So, April. March was an interesting time, and April is going to continue to be an interesting ride for all of us. So, this month, Gemini, you are being encouraged, as we all are, to enjoy any downtime you may be experiencing. Use this as an opportunity to really refine self-practice, self-care, your personal practices, whether it's meditation, whether it's yoga, perhaps, I won't say going to the gym, but an exercise routine. Really focus on those things that support you in feeling good about yourself, feeling positive and optimistic about life. This isn't a month for you to be sitting around and getting in that beautiful mind of yours, Gemini. This is really a month to dive deeper into your beautiful heart and to reestablish connection, I want to say, with your own beautiful self, and as well as your higher self and the legions of lights who support you in this lifetime. So we're going to get right into the messages. I'm a little not late in getting them out because they will be out on time. I'm just a little, I guess I'm recording them at the divinely perfect moment. So I like this. I'm working with 5 decks this month. I'm working with the Keepers of Light by Kyle Gray, the Blue Angel Oracle, Angels, Gods, and Goddesses, and the Heart and Soul Oracle. All 3 of those decks are by Toni, Carmine, Salerno, and working once again with the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck by Kim Kranz. So for the Keepers of Light, you got 2, and this is really interesting. You've gotten Kuan Yin. So Kuan Yin also came out for the sign of Aries. So, and she also came out in the last intuitive energy update I did, which is on this channel as well. So this Kuan Yin speaks about care and compassion. And then we have Kuthumi, the cloak of wisdom. What I'm really feeling for you, and you are ruled by Mercury. And so the Geminis I know and love in my life can very much be in their heads. And I really feel like with Kuan Yin coming up, and then we have Kuthumi here speaking about the cloak of wisdom, I really feel that both are encouraging you to go deeper into your heart. I feel like this April is an opportunity to, what are they saying? It's like to reconnect to your heart. It's almost like a disconnect from the mental activity. So I feel like April's going to be a month where when you feel yourself getting back into this space, like the hamster in the wheel running around, or anxious, or depressed, or any variety of things, to just take some deep breaths, to breathe all that energy down. And this is why I feel that time in nature is really important. Your self-care practices this month are meant to be at the top of your to-do list. So really taking care of yourself, as was previously said, really taking this opportunity to rest more, to reflect on where it is that you see yourself going, and really bringing your awareness, even though you may be reflecting on what your outcomes, your goals may be, it's about bringing yourself and staying in the present moment. So really being present for yourself, because with Kuan Yin coming up first, and she's been making quite a few appearances. I love Kuan Yin. And she really comes, initially when I began to work with Kuan Yin, it was really about, I always connected with like being very kind and compassionate to other people. When she really came to work with me as, one of my main guides, it was all about self-care. It was about self-compassion. And so I feel for you, Gemini, this month, it's like you're really asked to get out of your head and to stop being so hard on yourself, to stop being so critical of yourself, to stop being so demanding of yourself, because there is this whole global wide, so planet wide reset. It is a collective reset that really supports, I want to say, it really supports a new way of being, a new way of life for humanity. That may sound just completely, that's just what I'm feeling. And you are being asked to tune in here to your own higher self, which is eternally connected to source. You in your physical vehicle are always eternally connected to source. And yet so many humans have disconnected because it's been very programmed and conditioned through the mental body, as opposed to working the muscle that is the heart, right? The life force energy in this lifetime. So I really feel that for you, focusing on your heart space this month is first and foremost, because then we have Kuthumi, the cloak of wisdom. And I almost feel that what they're saying is like something that's been hidden from you, or not, you haven't been able to see it, is going to be revealed this month. And I really feel this is about your innate connection to source. What I'm also noticing about Kuthumi is the Ankh. So the Ankh, I'll show you here, the Ankh, the key of life. And I'm noticing that here at the high heart space with Merkaba, Metatron's cube, whatever that is in there. This month for you, Gemini, is about tuning into your own wisdom, like trusting yourself instead of, something comes to you, and then you run to someone else for oh my gosh, what does this mean? What do you think I'm supposed to do? Instead of trusting yourself, because what I'm hearing is you already know what to do. So this is, and it says right here, you already know the answer you seek. Trust what you know. Okay, so I need not say anymore because it's just been said right there. What I will say about this is that the more that you trust yourself, the more you come into that place of personal power, your personal power. And if you're wanting to do a little practice for yourself this month, maybe drawing out an Ankh or working with it. If you have one, perhaps pulling it out. And what I've done in the past is I've drawn the Ankh, and in the middle, because this is like the womb space, right? So I've drawn in there what my intentions were, what it was I wanted to manifest, what I would like to see manifest in my life, and meditate with that and really work with that. As we talk about all these different laws and things like this. We actually have to welcome them and bring them into our life, practice. So I feel like for you this month, it's about practice while practicing care and compassion for yourself. So Kuan Yin's message on the card, it says, choose to be love. Do what is right for everyone involved. Offer a helping hand. And I'm really feeling this is more also really about doing what's right for you. And perhaps there is a need for you to step back a little bit and make sure that you are focusing on yourself. This is beautiful. We keep getting very similar messages through the readings. From the Blue Angel Oracle, a new earth, transformation. and it's a number 19, which is a 1. This is a time of new beginnings. And we here in the Northern Hemisphere, we've just come into spring. And I know in the South, you've moved into fall. For us in the North, this is like when the earth comes back to life. Not that it's ever been dead. It's just that, the buds start to come out on the trees and the birds are out. They've been playing around, singing more. This is the time we start feeling like we are coming back to life after a long winter. So I really feel like this is about your transformation. And I do feel that you have some choices to make. And you can choose to continue to have the same thoughts, to do the same things, to, continue patterns over and over again. Or you can just choose to, you know what? I'm done with that. And I am going to move forward, trusting myself, being kind to myself, because you are so worthy and deserving of your kindness, of your compassion, of your self-care. I really feel with bringing back to Kuthumi and really feeling this power energy, I feel like for some of you, it's time to reclaim your power. To not give your power away by running to someone. You've had a dream. Oh my gosh, I'm going to run to an expert so that they can decipher my dream for me. No, you can do that for yourself. And I feel like this is a month of development. So working on trusting your intuition, developing it, making notes, going for walks. This does feel like there is a lot of guidance and support coming in for you. I just heard, trust the purity of your heart. So trust the purity of your heart, because you are healing and you are growing and you are, like this card, it's very, like I'm with the coloring, the mauve, the purples here, very intuitive. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. Reclaim your power, claim your personal sovereignty, and believe in yourself and act accordingly. I hope that makes sense. These cards are coming out quickly for you, and I feel like there's 2 here, so we'll take them. You're the only one that got doubles so far, so this is interesting too. Oh, I got some wax on the back of this card. So the first card out is the Goddess of Sacred Power, which is really just affirming what I've been saying. It's like you are incredibly powerful. You are incredibly intuitive. And it's about believing in yourself and trusting in your gifts. Because again, so I feel like I keep bringing up power, power, power. So I feel like there's a lot going on with your solar plexus chakra. So perhaps some of you are not feeling incredibly well. Perhaps you're feeling like, indigestion, queasy in your stomach, really crampy, this kind of stuff. Citrine is coming in, and clear quartz for you. So perhaps placing those crystals on your solar plexus and practicing focused deep breathing, like getting that belly moving up and down, rising with the inhale, dropping back with the exhale. Because again, when I connect with this card, it's about your power. I'm seeing this yellow here again. Also working with color therapy. So if you are feeling perhaps, disempowered, wearing yellow, really the sun, like being out in the sun as much as possible. I'm just looking, I've been drinking pineapple and turmeric juice daily again. So perhaps it's like fresh juices, fresh produce, yellow produce for you is going to support that. I really feel the biggest thing that's going to support you is working with your breath and working with your breath in nature. So while the sun's shining, get outside and enjoy it and reestablish your connections to nature. The Goddess of Sacred Power says you are being encouraged to take a leading role in your current situation. And I would agree, you are being guided to take a leading role in your life. And then we had here the God of Reflections. And this is a month, an opportunity. It's really a collective reset. So it's an opportunity for all of us, and in particular you this month, Gemini, to reflect on your life. What's working? What's not working? What feels good and supportive and uplifting to you? What doesn't? And this encompasses so many things. I'm really being asked to ask you to focus on your day-to-day life. What are the things you do over and over and over again that don't really support your rise? Don't really reflect this truth that you are incredibly wise and powerful. So pay attention to that without judgment. Again, simply observe. It's without judgment. What are you doing? What's working? What's uplifting? What feels good? Do more of those things. What's, depleting your energy, like having you live in your head, going crazy in your mind. And it's time to eliminate those things. It says, the God of Reflection says to you, I'm also feeling journaling. So writing things down, like beginning to focus on your spiritual development. Okay, yes, you are human. Of course, we all are, or we wouldn't be talking. And yet we're so much more. The meat suit, the bodysuit, is actually really limiting our the soul essence that we each are, right? Because when we move beyond the meat suit, we are still our soul's essence. It carries on with us. So I feel like that's where you're being guided to focus this month. Focus on your nurturing your spiritual essence. So, clearing out the home space, creating altars, getting to nature, connecting with nature, trusting your intuition. All of this is really going to support you in feeling empowered. The message on the card says the qualities you see in others are simply your own reflection. Positive, negative, or otherwise. Okay? And sometimes that said, oh, well, sometimes that can become a bit of a spiritual bypass. Like, oh, well, saying that everything's a reflection. Sometimes we are a planet of polarities. And through each of us, we are unifying in our own personal experience. So, I feel like what this is really saying is to focus on the positive that you see in those around you, because sometimes I feel like you hold others in higher esteem than you do yourself. And this is saying that it's time that you saw yourself as you truly were. And when perhaps you connect with something that, is kind of it's like not so positive about someone else, just observe and see where perhaps that comes into play in your life. And if it's still present there, then what can you do to shift that in your experience so that you aren't reflecting that to someone else? You're reflecting to others their positive aspects of who and what they are. So your cards are just coming out so quick. So this is your animal spirit guide for the month, and you got Oyster. I don't think I've ever connected with this card before, but what I'm hearing is like the cosmos is your oyster. And when you look at this, it's funny because it's like water, right? But I really see this as like space, like outer space, the cosmos, the galaxies, the universe all around this. And it's like this oyster is like, look at it. It's like totally receiving. I feel like it's open to receive all the love and support that is coming to it. I do feel that this is also saying it's really time to like really appreciate the depth of the emotions that you feel. Yet don't allow yourself to be in that, because I know sometimes it doesn't really matter what sign you are. Geminis, though, can, because they're very much in their head, then they can get really wallowy in the emotions, right? Like bogged down, weighed down by their emotions and what they're feeling. And this guy just feels so high vibe to me. I can't wait to see what the guidebook says, because I'm going to share it with you here. This just feels really high vibe, like totally open and receiving and allowing the information, although you may not be able to decode the information or know exactly what it is, you bringing it through your experience so that you can, through your connection to the earth, through your connection to the earth, through your heart, you can begin to, make, what do I want to say? Make sense of the guidance and information that's coming to you, because you're clearly incredibly connected. Okay. So, Oyster, from this guidebook here, it says, patient, secret keeper, hiding inner treasures. The focus and determination of the oyster is unmatched. Anything an oyster personality puts their mind to, they achieve with grace and charm. The only problem is, oyster types often take their inner gifts for granted. They become shy or doubtful, and this can lead to withdrawing or protecting their deepest desires for life's work. When the oyster card appears, it's important to reveal your inner treasures. What is it you've been hesitant to share? The world is waiting to see. Aww. When in balance, oyster feels blessed, generous, and masterful. When out of balance, reluctant, gripping, or clams up. To bring into balance, share something. And sometimes that just means talking with someone. Sometimes that means just getting your journal out and writing in your journal, right? And see what comes through, and then take it from there. So before we pull your final card here, Gemini, if you haven't already, please do hit the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. Drop a comment down below. I really appreciate it, and I do reply to all of them. If you're interested in working with me one-on-one this month, I am offering soul messages for $55 and intuitive energy sessions for $77. Both are fantastic value for what you receive. So if you're interested in those, you can find information on how to book yours in the comments in the description below, and or you can just use the donate button up here in the banner and send your exchange via PayPal. $55 for the soul messages, or $77 for the intuitive energy sessions. Everything is done via video message, and so you will receive it in your inbox. So for Gemini, for the month of April, these are messages from your higher self. Just a little, hug of encouragement, love and support as you move through this month. Oh, trust your heart. Live more from your intuitive heart. This is all this is about. This is about heart, heart, heart. Out of your head and into your heart. And it says, a smile fills your heart with longing. Through the magnetism of divine love, you merge with another, and love becomes an all-embracing thought. And this is really about what I'm feeling, because there'll be some of you who are like, oh, like a soulmate or a relationship. This is about divine union within. So I feel like this is a merging of your human self with your higher self this month. By a touch, a word, or a glance, love heals, unites, transforms, and transfigures all things. This is your season of love, a time of positive transformation, a time of happiness. And it all begins with you. And it goes right back to Kuan Yin, choose to be love. Thank you so much, Gemini. I trust these messages resonate with and support you in any now moment you're receiving them. I see you, I feel you, I love you, and I'm so grateful for your love and support of the work that I am here to do. Until next month, take good care of yourself.